Hello and welcome to Unplayable, your favorite show about our favorite games. It's the Motley Crew. We've got Jay, Jim, Mike, and myself, D-House here, ready to talk about some games. Jim, how was your weekend games?
Weekend games was good. Let's see, played a lot of Commander again, which I know I keep talking about, but that's what the people in Lexington are playing, so I do what the cool kids do, you know? But Sky Sharks are coming together, and we're going to wreck some faces.
Nice.
There it is.
That's
It's good.
Yeah.
Easy. Mike, what about you, dog?
Well, I've been playing Marvel Snap as usual. Kind of having a hard time finding a deck that I'm like really into this season, but yeah, I don't know. It's still fun. And then I've played quite a bit of Star Wars Unlimited with David, and yeah, I may have won his top 8 Destiny medal from him.
About time someone won that.
It's yours. Take it.
Send it. Send it.
Sending it through the internet.
USPS.
But yeah, I've just been having a lot of fun with that. And we didn't really talk about last week, but I had family over last week and played a bunch of board games with my brother and my mom and my brother-in-law, and it was super fun.
Yeah,
So,
I want a in detail review of
Kinfire Chronicles.
Chronicles.
Very good. It's very good. It's so for those who don't know, Kinfire Chronicles is a cooperative sort of campaign game. It's sort of similar to Gloomhaven, but it feels a lot more streamlined than that. It took my mom and my brother-in-law, who are not like traditional like board gamers, took them like 15 minutes to figure out how to play.
Nice.
So just like very easy to teach, very easy to learn, very easy to get through. We played through 2 quests or chapters or whatever, and we all kind of wanted to like keep playing, but it was too late. So we're going to continue our campaign every time they're in town, and yeah, we just had a lot of fun with it. Very cool game.
Sick. Yeah, the Dice Tower crew gave it like a 9 and a 10 or something. So
yeah,
apparently it's pretty good. It looks.
I understand why. It's very good. Yeah. Definitely recommend it. You would love it, Jay. You should get it.
Of course I would. But do you know how many campaign games that I own that I
can't tell because they're all blurry.
Yeah, this isn't even all my games, and then I have game like I face the boxes out so you can see the front, but there's like stacks of games behind them. So it's just like I have to finish both Gloomhavens.
Yeah,
I mean, I haven't even played all the Arkham stuff. I haven't played all the campaign boxes for Champions. I got Earthborn Rangers showing up sometime. That fake game.
Allegedly, I got my shipping notice, but it's still not here. I also got this tale. It's called Tales to Amaze. It's like the cooperative version of Unmatched. That hasn't obviously been opened yet.
Dude, that game looks
we're in
sweet.
Similar boats. But
plus the cool thing about the Tales of Tales of Amaze is that you can use those characters in just regular Unmatched.
That is
so
cool.
It's like you like
extra value.
It's the same price as what one of the 4 character boxes cost, except it also has the co-op stuff in it. So it's like, I don't know. I think that was one of the best products that board game industry has made. But yeah, okay. Anything else?
I also played Cosmoctopus, which is
gosh, you're playing all the cool games, dude.
It was cool. I liked it. It's like a what is it? It's not a worker placement game, is it?
Do you place a thing out and then take an action?
No, you don't. I can't remember what type of game it is because it's an engine building game. There's all these there's this like vocab of like types of games for board games. It's an engine building game, but it's like again sort of fairly streamlined, pretty simple, and a lot of fun. The components are super high quality. The theme is kind of fun. And
yeah, I love the idea that it's like whoever's the first one to summon
Cosmoctopus
is the winner.
Yeah.
Who's the best cultist?
Yeah, exactly. So
we already got David out. He's never playing that game.
He's like, no. Too spooky for David.
Sorry, what?
It's the season.
What about you, David?
Right.
I know you got some stank that happened a couple nights ago or last night.
It was pretty busy weekend games. Like Mike said, we played a lot of Star Wars Unlimited, so been doing lots of that and tinkering around with decks. Like I told him, there's enough spoilers now where you actually have to make choices when you're building decks, which is fun to be like, oh, I can like start to build around different themes and things like that. So that's been fun. Lots of those hitting the YouTubes. I played about 27 games of Uno with my kids. So
Nice.
now that my son knows how to play Uno, that's all he wants to do.
Really grinded out some games, dude. You better be prepared for that tournament this weekend.
I'm ready,
You
man.
can
World
Uno reverse in your
Championships, here I
wallet.
come.
What's the meta right now for Uno?
It's reverses.
It's a strong reverse meta right now. Also, what's funny about that game is like I feel like they created the game, but then it's taken off into like everybody has their own kind of like rules that they play by. So it's like, what's the actual rule? And then you say the actual rule, and everyone goes, "No, that's not how you play." It's like it's like a meme now. I think I was looking it up. I was like, "What's the actual thing here?" And no one seems to really know.
That's awesome.
Let's see. What else? Hosted a game night with some people last week and played a game called Tensies. It's a completely dice game, and it's super simple, but it's like really fun. So everybody has 10 dice.
Oh yeah, I know this game.
And you just dump it, and you pick your numbers that you've hit, and then you just keep rolling until you get 10 dice of the same number, and the last one to do it is out, and then you just get down to it's just really fun with like group people because everyone starts going crazy and dice are flying around the table and on the floor, and it's good times. And then
like double Yahtzee.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, but it's like fast and everybody's playing at the same time, so it's
way simpler.
Oh, it's not like
it's
roll
like
versus roll. It's how many rolls can you do?
No. You just get your dice, and then you're trying to roll. You roll, and then you just try to
make them all be the same.
Yeah, all the same. Once it's like all threes, you put them aside. Like, so you just roll the ones that haven't gotten a 3 or whatever. And
is it like spoons where I could like grab one of your dice as it's still rolling and just like chuck it across the room?
No.
I'm less interested.
No.
That would be a good variant, though.
And then so then played in a Keyforge tournament for the first time since Gen Con on Saturday night. So some other kind of people, worked hard to get this thing going. So showed up, played some Winds of Exchange, played a deck that is one of my favorite Winds of Exchange decks. It's not one of my best. It's just like really fun to play, and played some Keyforge. Got wrecked by this really stupid combo in one of the decks. So that was
Sounds
really fun.
Right.
And it's like for the first time I was like, I literally can't do anything about that, which is a super feel bad right now. And at like a local like small little tournament. Like the whole time I think I told you guys, I was like, this just makes me appreciate Star Wars Unlimited more because I just feel like I have more choices, which is weird because I've been on the opposite side of that track for a long time. And now I feel like I was this way, and now I'm starting to come back this way.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's because you're getting back into card games, and you're spending more time, and so you're like, okay, I can afford making some decks every now and then.
You can expend the mental energy of deck building.
Yeah.
Is this your light side or dark side of gaming mode?
I don't know. That's
all I know is I'm clipping that bit where you just said what you just said about Keyforge. And gonna always have that ready in my pocket.
I think I kept it pretty generic enough that you can't really pin me down to any opinion. So, we'll leave it at that. So, Jay, I know you had a big week in gaming, and it's probably gonna take longer than the rest of us. So, take it away.
I've had a lot of gaming since our last podcast, which was like 2 weeks ago, I think, because we've been slacking on that front lately. But yeah, so I played some Unmatched. I posted it in the Discord, which now is a good time to plug. Join our Discord because you get to see all kinds of stank that goes on in our daily lives, which is probably not fun to see. So you could probably stay out. It's fine. But yeah, Unmatched. Yeah, you're welcome. Unmatched is really fun to play. I like it a lot, and I only have one box, so I only have 4 characters, but it's the coolest box that they've dropped. That's not Marvel, and it's Sherlock Holmes, Invisible Man, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and Dracula.
That sounds cool.
It's a good one. It's fun to play. Invisible Man's kind of OP because he just like turns invisible and jumps around the fog, so you just jump around the board. But that was a good time. Played that with my neighbors. Of course, grinding Marvel Snap. This is like the first time I'm actually like playing it. I played it in the beta, and I really enjoyed it, but I didn't stick with it. And then now, I guess like 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, yeah, probably about 3 weeks ago now, I've started playing a bunch, and I really like it, and have been playing a move deck. I hit diamond for the first time. I'm at like 65 right now, rank 65, which is a feat for me. But one day I'll hit infinity, like Mike over
Diamond's
here.
pretty good. Diamond's pretty good.
That like
you're
Mike.
well on your way. I think it's so much easier to hit infinite if you've done it before, because you only drop 30 levels or whatever. So
Mhm.
you're the hardest climb is the first time getting to infinite.
Yeah.
I'm
It
cruising
takes
at
way
rank
too
18
long.
right now. So
You're where?
I'm at rank 18.
Oh, you're
so
close. You're close.
probably get it done by like 4 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, so I've been having fun with it though. I really like Marvel Snap, and I like making the videos that we've made. We've made one, but it hasn't been posted yet. I just realized that.
I know.
Those are super annoying to edit. I know.
I was thinking about this. Next time we need to do like a co-op like
Yeah,
conquest
just do
run
it together.
Yeah, do it together so we don't have to like cut back and forth.
Yeah, and then you can just help me grind to infinite, basically.
There we go.
Yeah, so that I tried One Piece for the first time.
Oh, how was that?
It was good. It was better than I thought it was gonna be. We just played starter decks, so it's like not the whole game, which may or may not be a good thing, because from my experience, starter decks are nothing like what the actual game is like in most cases. But yeah, it's got a cool system where you every turn you're getting 2 additional resources, basically like land, except it's not in your deck. You just generate it. There's like a stack of mana. There's 10. Each player starts with a stack of 10 mana, and at the start of the game, the first person starts with 1, second player starts with 2, and every turn you gain 2 more. But unused mana for the turn can be attached to your character for a +1, which I think is a really cool concept. One thing I don't like about it though, and I hate this in all games that do it. I know that Legends of the Five Rings did it. Pokemon does this. It's one of those things where you take 5 cards randomly out of your deck, and that's your life pile. And it's like Pokemon, it's their prizes or whatever. And Five Rings, they were like strongholds or some crap like that. I hate games that do that. I don't know why, but it does that same thing, except the first time every time you get hit by something, you just draw a card from that life pile, which is fine. There's not really a life total. It's just get hit 5 times and you lose. I think that's kind of lackluster, at least in terms of like
it's less granular, right? Because there's only like 5 instances of you getting hit and then it's done, versus like it removes the nuance of like, oh, I'm getting hit for 3.
Right.
I have this much health left. So yeah, it makes you think about it a little differently. The one game that does that I did really enjoy that used that mechanic was Elder Scrolls Legends or something. It was like the Elder Scrolls card game, digital card game, and it was like every 4 or 5 health you had like a crystal, and when the crystal broke, you got to draw a card from your deck. And that it was pretty cool in that game, but you also had the incremental sort of like health total. So it kind of mixed both concepts, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so One Piece was fine. My brother he has watched like all of the One Piece anime. I've never watched One Piece, so that definitely doesn't draw me into the game, but my brother likes it, and it's one of the card games that he will play, so I'll probably play it because he likes it.
Makes sense.
And he likes collecting cards, so he just buys packs every time he can find them and just opens them and stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, One Piece. Now to the big news, right? Disney Lorcana. If you're here for Disney Lorcana, this is
the
time section of the video.
Let me mark it so that I can go back and
I'm gonna go make a cup of coffee.
There you go. No. I don't want to talk the whole time, so I'll try to engage you guys. So I went to the Miami TCG Con Disney Lorcana tournament this weekend, which was the largest Disney Lorcana tournament to date. 220 players.
Sorry, Dave is trying so hard right now not to mention the fact that we all just took a sip of water at the same time.
We said coffee. I made coffee. I was like,
you both picked it up. I was like, oh, I guess we're drinking. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
That's okay. Yeah, so it was very sweaty. There were a lot of hyper competitive players there. Which was, I guess, probably not surprising.
Yeah,
a lot of people traveled out of town and stuff.
What was the vibe?
Everyone was actually super nice. It was way different than I thought it was going to be. I actually was dreading going. I was like, I don't really want to go, but my friend paid for me to get to go.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, like, just a lot of stuff going on. So having a day to just game and not have like my kid or have to deal with family and all that kind of stuff was really appealing. So I ended up going just for fun. And yeah, I had a great time. I met a lot of people. So if you're listening and I met you there, you're awesome. Tons of people came up and said hey and recognized us, and everybody was asking where the rest of the Stank crew was at, and I had to be like, oh, you know, all the way in California or Chicago or wherever.
Yeah,
Lexington.
Jim was pretty close. He could have gone.
It's like what, a 8-hour drive for me. It's not bad.
8 hours, yeah, right. That's wait to Miami.
Oh nope, that's a little farther.
I was like
8 hours to maybe Panama City.
Drive?
Yeah, I can
like
get to
probably
Florida
14 hours.
I just assumed all Florida was the same. I don't know.
Florida's like one of the longest states.
I think it's like a 60-hour drive for me.
Sorry for the 20 listeners I just offended.
I mean, it took me an hour and a half, and I live in South Florida. But yeah, the vibe was definitely like people were there to win, and there were some people that definitely got tilted. I saw a few like obviously hyper competitive players that were just like getting irritated at stuff, but that was far and few between. Every single person I played against was super chill. Like they were all cool. But I also went in with the mentality of like, I'm here to have fun and to get to know my opponent. So every time I sat down, I made sure to introduce myself, be like, hey, what's up, dude? Nice to meet you. Where are you from? And just kind of started getting a conversation going and just lighten the mood. You know what I mean? So
I wish everybody would do that in these competitive tournaments.
I agree.
I feel like that's like our natural temperament. And I have realized like so many people don't do that. And so they get into these like really nasty, tense moments. I'm like, life is too short, man. I don't get that.
I agree. And I pushed for it too. So I had at least one or two players that were like not really taking the bait, you know what I mean? But I kept pushing it, and eventually they kind of waxed up and started chatting with me, especially as we started playing. And I wasn't even, I think angle shooting is what people use for like people that table talk and stuff. It wasn't like that at all. I would just went in with the mentality of like, all right, I'm gonna have fun and try to make friends with the person I'm playing against. So that definitely helped, I think. So that was the kind of the air in the room. It was pretty chill. It was cool. The event was ran super well. This PPG company is running a ton of Lorcana tournaments all across the country. They just announced 2 more they're doing, one in Orlando, which I'm gonna try to go to.
Oh wow, another Florida thing.
Yeah, and then they have one in Chicago, maybe. I'll have to check. But they're both cash prizes, and it was super well run. They were very quick, efficient. Everything was done through the app or the website or whatever, and yeah, no complaints. They even streamed it, and the stream was good, and the commentators are pretty good, so that was cool. There was a ton of other content creators there. Cabled was there. I got to hang out with Cabled a little bit. The Forbidden Mountain people, there was a ton of them there. The Pixelborn guys were there.
All
Steadfast,
of them?
Yeah,
all 10,000 players on Pixelborn were there?
The developers, thank you.
Okay.
Steadfast was there and came up and said hey, and some other people. So that was cool. Now the tournament. That's enough of the vibe. The tournament, when I went 5-3 is why I ended up going, which I was
pretty good showing.
I had never played the deck that I played before.
That's awesome.
which was cool. I played one game right before the tournament started to warm up, and I got creamed. I was like, okay, sounds about right. That's about how today's gonna go. And I haven't really played that much Lorcana in the last 2-3 weeks, I feel like. So I was not warmed up for this. But the people that I went with are definitely hyper competitive. One of them made top 16. He's a guy I've talked about on here before. He's world champions for tons of different games. And he kind of showed me a bunch of the different lines that existed in the deck. I played Amber Steel, by the way. And
It seemed like that deck was really popular.
yes, it was at least 50% of the field.
Wow.
I played 6 mirror matches out of my 8 games. Which is crazy.
Wow.
But I won. I only lost 1 mirror match, and it was, yeah. But yeah, it was very popular. Obviously, Ruby Amethyst was very popular. Ruby Amethyst probably had the best conversion rate to top 16. I think Amber Steel ended up winning the tournament, so I guess I picked a good deck to play. I also didn't bring my own deck. I played my friend's deck because he has like 4 Rapunzels and 4 Carefree Surfer Stitches that you need for the deck and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Game 1 I lost. Cool dude. And then I played against, it was purple green, and the first game he won in 4 turns. He was just like 1 cost, 2 cost, 2 quest Flynn into another 2 lore into Hans into a Cusco, and it was just like GG.
Wow.
he quested so much before I could even do anything, which is fine. I don't remember the second game. I lost the second game too, and then after that I played 6 mirror matches in a row.
That's a lot.
Which is fine.
That's a lot.
And then
that's gross.
I mean, it seems like you did pretty well into the mirror in general, though. So
yeah, by the end of that tournament, I knew exactly how to play that mirror match. I knew exactly what to do to win my games. So that was cool. By the end, my last game, I was 5-2. Wow. If I were to go 6-2, I would have a chance to bubble into top 16. If I lose, then I'm effed. And I played against a guy named Wade, who him and his brother are huge fans of the podcast. They listen to all of our podcasts. They watch all of our videos. Dang. They're going to get into Star Wars Unlimited because of us.
Hell yeah.
They were really cool dudes. So yeah, I had to play against him, and we were already chatting throughout the day, and he was also 5-2. So we knew there was a chance that we would have to play against each other, and we did. And yeah, he clobbered me. He was playing blue purple, and just my deck just like fell cold. It just did not perform like it was supposed to, and he just destroyed me. But that was fine. I was like, if I'm gonna lose to somebody that gets into the top 16 and I don't, I'm glad it's you and not someone else. So that was cool.
That's
Side
awesome.
note, you just said he was playing blue purple, and I really appreciate it. I was following like reports about it, and I still to this day, when I see like the real name of a color in Disney Lorcana, it takes me like 2 seconds to be like
realize
amethyst, amethyst, like sapphire, like all these, like I still to this day I'm like I don't know.
Yeah,
Some people are really like sticklers about that, and I don't know why. I just I can't turn that corner in my head.
Amber and Amethyst both starting with AM. I'm just like, why? Why did we do this?
Yeah,
for sure.
And it's also and it's like Amber, Amethyst, Emerald. Like they're very similar.
I prefer calling them by their colors.
I mean, even Star Wars Unlimited, we're gonna call them by their colors. So
oh, for sure. Those are even worse because at least like Emerald represents a green stone, so it's easier to like just connect those two things in your mind. Where it's like, I don't know what's one of the names of I can't even tell you. Command doesn't make me think of green, but
anyways,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm gonna keep it short. That's about it.
All right.
Any questions?
Well, yeah, that's a respectable finish for your first real competitive Lorcana thing in the biggest event. So good job.
Yeah, it was super fun. Thanks.
Thanks for not embarrassing us.
I think Cable ended up 4-4. Maybe he was 5'3" too. I don't know. Oh, one thing that was super weird to me. My friend made it into top 16, right? He was undefeated going into round 6. He was 5-0.
Wow.
And he drew his next 3 matches. And he made the top 16. And he was placed higher than someone that was 6'2". So he was 503 and he placed higher than a 6'2". How do you have less wins
Interesting.
and still place higher?
Don't ask me about matchup math and tournament math. I never understand it.
Yeah.
That's just really weird, right? Because you have fewer losses than you place higher rather than more wins.
It sounds like they were given like half points for a tie, and
Right?
0 points. So it's like he had 6.5 points to the other guy's 6, or something.
And he was
like that.
also drawing against other people that were undefeated, right? So the draws, his like win percentage is better.
Oh, that's miserable. That many games and you're tying that many times.
Well,
what is this, soccer?
His last 2 were intentional draws because they knew if they just drew, then they would make top 16.
System. If you can just like everybody who's 5-0 just says, "Hey, we all draw the rest of our matches. We all get to 6.5, and nobody can touch us." Like that's
really weird, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the thing. Oh, okay. No. Okay, I do have more to say. So our last podcast, I talked about Mr. Beast doing the Dune Imperium stuff.
Yeah.
Two things. First thing is he won the tournament, got 10K, and he gave the $10,000 back to the company to run another Dune Imperium World Championship, which is going to be announced later, which is cool, I think. Second, Mr. Beast's girlfriend was at the Disney Lorcana tournament playing in the Disney Lorcana tournament, and I met her.
That's cool.
So
that's random.
Thought that was so cool. The dots are connecting. I wonder if his girlfriend is a gamer.
Did she?
And she's the one that got him into playing games, and that's how he started playing like Dune Imperium and stuff.
Did she come up to you and be like?
She was like, "Yeah,
Mr.
I watched
Beast,
Unplayable." Yeah, I know. She looked up, saw me, and had to take a double take. She thought I was Jimmy.
Yeah. I was gonna say I think he put on the tournament.
No, he didn't put it on, but maybe he paid for it. I don't remember, but it was. I read the article. I can't remember what it was now.
I don't know the full story.
The company ran the tournament and set it up and everything. Maybe he's the one that talked to them and convinced them to do it. Maybe gave them some money to do it. I don't know, but yeah,
cool.
I thought it was just weird that Mr. Beast's girlfriend was there, and she's from the UK, so she flew here from there and played. She was playing Ruby Purple, Red Purple.
Yeah,
and it was blinged out.
Sounds about right.
Blinged out. Probably one of the most expensive decks you can build. Literally.
Yeah. All right.
That's Lorcana.
All right.
I'm glad you had a good time though. Like I was a little worried for you too. I was like, I don't know how sweaty Lorcana hyper competitive tournament's gonna be.
I learned so much in that tournament from both my friend but also playing at a high level and figuring out what some of the things people like look for in especially these 2 decks because they were the most popular. And it was just it was definitely eye-opening to see like the competitive side of the game, and I think it's still trash.
What's your biggest takeaway in terms of like the things that you learned about the strategy?
Yeah, so Rapunzel is an insane card, right? Like, I mean, that's probably one of the most value cards in all of Lorcana. If you're playing against red purple, you're never triggering it, so you might as well ink it because red purple is never going to let you get value out of that. One, because everything is like rush to defeat your characters, or it defeats all the characters on the board, or Elsa exhausts your characters. Like any good player, even if you're not playing red purple and you're playing something else, any good player is not going to let you ever trigger Elsa. And there was like one time throughout the whole tournament that while playing the mirror, he picked up with Be Our Guest, he picked up a Rapunzel, and I knew he had it, and I played Tinkerbell, and it was a total misplay because it let him heal and get the card draw and like kind of edge his way back into the game, and I never did it again for the rest of the tournament. But like knowing the decks and being able to understand when to not let them do something like Rapunzel is pretty huge.
Gotcha.
How many times did you hear people actually singing the songs that they were playing? I know that was a big concern. Really?
Not
Okay.
once.
Oh, thank God.
That's a relief. I might actually go to a tournament.
Mike
then.
feels great about that.
I do. I really do.
Oh, that's good. All right. Shall we go on?
We shall go on.
All right. We got some news to talk about this week. Some news that dropped just today about Jim's favorite game of all time, a little game called Magic the Gathering.
It's not my favorite game of all time, but that's okay.
The news is essentially that Magic has a license to do Marvel now.
Nice.
Which is maybe not unexpected. Like, I think if someone asked me to bet on that, I'd say yeah, probably. Because there's really no like competitive Marvel TCG really
just
out
the
there.
versus system,
which isn't a TCG because it's not not collectible. So it's no one's doing booster packs with Marvel playing cards.
Yeah.
So well, what do we think? Mike, you had some takes.
I always have some takes. I get it, and I'm excited for people who are excited, but I'm not excited. I feel like I'm just like so fatigued by like all the different IPs that are in Magic now. This is not a new concept, but like Magic has become a platform, not a game. It's like a thing that you put other games and IPs on top of, and you can play in whatever universe you want to play while you're playing Magic. Like, that's cool. That doesn't appeal to me personally. I also think like Marvel is like, I don't know, 5 to 10 years too late. Like, peak Marvel hype happened with Endgame. Like, if this had come out right alongside that, it would be massive.
Yeah.
I think it'll still be big and still be successful for that audience, but I don't know. I'm not super pumped on it. I probably won't buy it. I don't know. Maybe if like I have a friend who is really into it, like I'll buy a precon and just play with him with the precons and not ever take them apart. But yeah. Anybody else more excited than me?
I am. I think the moment somebody mentioned Avengers Assemble as a card in this game and just the things that you could potentially do with that idea, I'm just like, yeah, I want to see if I can get that on a board. And just make it
like, is it even going to be Avengers Assemble, or is it going to be like Avengers Assemble is the name of the card, but it's actually just like a normal card that existed in Magic before?
That's a good question for sure. The things that you could do with it, I think I'm more excited for the potential than what'll actually show up. Like, sure. I really enjoyed the Lord of the Rings set, but Mike, I think you brought up the point that a lot of them were just like same cards, different text, but literally the same thing.
Can we just make bets right now that there will be one of a kind Infinity Stones, and someone's gonna assemble the Infinity Gauntlet, and
100%.
Post Malone is out another million or two,
another 6 million this time.
Yeah.
What, $1 million for each stone?
That's that's. Yeah,
you have to assemble each of the stones, and then you can exchange them to wizards for the Infinity Gauntlet. The 1-of-1 Infinity Gauntlet.
There you go.
And they just put them back in booster packs and keep cycling.
That's a really good call. That I would do that if I were them.
Yeah,
I'm very curious if they try to go with like a one storyline from Marvel, like they do like Thanos, or if they try to just cover all of them. If X-Men comes into play,
Civil War would make sense.
There's got to be a mutant deck, right? Like.
Yeah, but it's just like there's so many characters and things that go into it that it's just like you have to pick a lane at some point, and so
it's got to be Avengers, right? Like,
I would
that's
think
just
so.
The most popular one.
But they could go multiple IPs though, right? And do like if they have like 4 commander decks or something like that. One is like the Avengers, one is the X-Men, one is like
Fantastic
Sinister
Four.
6 or something. Yeah, Fantastic
Could you imagine
Four.
if it's like
I don't know.
the Scroll as like one of them?
They would just be slippers, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I will say Mike's point, like peak Marvel probably was 5 years ago. And there were times where I'm like, I truly remember saying, why is there not a Marvel TCG? Because this seems like a no-brainer. Like, this just seems like...
Probably just caught in licensing hell.
maybe. I mean, they're pretty liberal with their license, right? They just kind of let anybody do whatever and just throw a
Slap
Marvel
it on a
sticker on
box
it.
and call it a
I
day.
think it depends on the part and the like the specific piece that's being created. So it's like maybe they have a license for I mean even Magic, like it's not a Marvel TCG, right? It's Magic using Marvel's license to put their characters in
skins.
the game. Yeah, exactly.
It's
Especially if it is cards that already existed, it is literally just skins, right?
Yeah.
So
Soul Ring.
yeah. So I don't, yeah, I'm just not sure what's what the deal is there legally. But I mean, Hasbro already makes Marvel toys. They own Wizards. Like they already have all the contacts they need to make it happen. But yeah, again, like we've all said, I think it would have been cooler 5 years ago. I do think it's cool.
Yeah.
But I'm just a little tired of seeing all like these, you know, it's like, okay, what's gonna be next? We got Jurassic Park already, we got Walking Dead, we got Stranger Things, we got Marvel. Are we gonna get
Those weren't like big sets though, were they? Stranger Things and Walking
they were
Dead,
smaller.
they were just
they were like
a few cards.
Yeah.
The actual like Universes Beyond, I think, is much smaller. Like I know they just came out with Doctor Who, which
so it's been Doctor Who, Warhammer, Lord of the Rings,
D&D.
D&D, and Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it all makes sense, but like
and Fallout, because Marvel is probably the one I'm least excited about between Lord of the Rings, Fallout, and Marvel.
Yeah.
But I still probably will get it. But we were talking about it before, and it's like I look at it as a board game rather than a CCG because I'm not buying all the extra stuff, and I don't have a bunch of other Magic cards. So when I buy these precons, like my Lord of the Rings precons, they stay like that, and that's how I play them. And I only play them against approach. Other Lord of the Rings decks because it's so like takes me out of it when I'm playing a Lord of the Rings deck and my friend's playing like a Dino deck or just some regular Magic. Yeah, or a Hulk deck or something like that. Like I don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. I'll get all the Marvel Commander decks and just play the Marvel precons together and stuff like that.
Yeah,
just think of it like SmackDown, David's favorite board game.
I'm so like cynical when it comes to Magic these days, where it's just like like it's so clear that everything that they're doing is just like
cash grab.
How much money can we extract out of the people who are already playing the game? The one thing I will say about this is that I have seen a couple of people on Twitter say like, "Oh, I've never played Magic before, but this looks cool." Which I think that's great. Like maybe it actually does draw more people into the game. But I don't know. I think I'm just cynical on Magic in general.
I think it definitely
like 10
does
years.
because like I never liked Magic, and
and you got him with Lord of the Rings, right?
They're definitely getting me to buy this stuff. So
this is the first Magic thing I've ever been like, oh, like I could buy a Commander deck and actually sit down with Jim and
Lord of the Rings didn't do that for you, but Marvel.
I'm bigger into Marvel than Lord of the Rings.
Trash.
Well, call me when they do the Ted Lasso Universes Beyond.
Let's go.
It's probably a discussion.
The Soul Ring would just be 10 years soccer
when it's truly so far away.
Yeah. That's good. All right.
Yeah, you'll get like an actual
Magic.
piece of the Believe sign. That's their like 1 of 1. It's just a card like that has it taped to it.
Yeah.
Can we move on from Magic, please?
Sure.
I think
for the love of games.
I don't think I have anything else on my Magic.
Sorry. Here. Hang on. We can't move on from Magic. The other thing that I wanted to bring up was that Magic has the most convoluted booster pack system I've ever seen in my life. They have like 10 different kinds of booster packs. And by 10, I mean 3. They have set boosters, draft boosters, and collector boosters. And
they have more than that. They had literally they have
Jumpstart.
Epilogue.
They have
They have Epilogue, which is another set after the set comes out that has exclusive cards in it.
This is nonsense.
It's absolutely horrible. They have the Jumpstart sets, and then they have the ones that are alt arts. What are they called? Secret Lair.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, but are those boosters though?
I think so.
Oh
no, Secret Lair is like exactly like what you're getting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
it's not like a.
In any case, they have a ridiculous number of SKUs. They it's further evidence that they're just trying to extract as much money as humanly possible out of their audience.
For sure.
So they are killing the draft boosters and the set boosters and combining them into one product, the play booster. which
So
is
just a booster box.
yes, exactly. So when I played Magic 10 years ago, 15 years ago, there was one type of booster pack. I sound like I'm going to shake my fist at the clouds right now and tell kids to get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
It was better. Like
Yeah.
you knew what you were going to get.
Mhm.
I didn't get as many foils or mythics as I would have if I opened a collector booster, but like that was part of the fun and part of the chase. And it streamlines the product offering so much. I like that they're going down to now just 2 products for booster packs for each set, plus the aftermath or epilogue and whatever other jumpstart nonsense they're doing. But yeah, I think the sort of like user fatigue and just like confusion about like what product do I buy is sort of like catching up with
It's
them.
ridiculous.
And so I'm glad that they're consolidating and making it at least a little bit more simple.
Makes sense.
Yep.
It was
Although-
the fact that like there are cards in the set boosters that you just can't get. Like you can't get them. Sorry, collector boosters that you can't get in the set or draft. That's
Right.
like
They're exclusive
if
to
they
those
totally
booster types.
skewed the odds. That's one thing, but the fact that it's like, oh, you have to spend $40 for a pack of cards. $40.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's
Just
the
because
only
of-
way you can
you
get any
chase
serialized
cards in
cards,
there.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then a lot of the like they know which cards are going to be valuable as well. So
Yeah,
like I know the
100%.
next set coming out, like Mana Crypt is in it, and they have all these cool variants of Mana Crypt. If they're like, oh, but you can only get all of these in the collector booster, and you're just like, okay, so
Yeah,
it doesn't
it's-
actually
it's
make the
kinda
cost
scummy.
of that card come down at all. It's just another like I'm not spending $40 for a pack of cards.
So
Magic.
thumbs up to that. If
Yeah.
you're making a card game and you're listening, please just don't do that.
Yeah. Although one guy at Keyforge, I guess like limited Magic is his main thing, and he was like, "Yeah, I think I'm done playing limited Magic because they're changing the boosters,
Oh,
and I
wow.
don't want to draft packs that have 4 rares instead of 1 rare because then the draft experience is very skewed, especially for like new players and stuff. It's harder to follow, and so I don't know, but
That makes sense.
I feel like Wizards couldn't make a single decision that everyone agreed on.
I mean,
anyway,
that's kind of dumb in my opinion because it's like every other game doesn't have draft, and Magic didn't have draft sets when it first started. So he's skewed by the fact that he was catered towards, and now that catering is being taken away. So now he hates it. I don't know. That's just weird logic to me.
Yeah, because typically like the draft ones have 1 rare, and it's typically that's what you start to build your deck around is that first rare that you draft. So it just is going to require a little bit more creativity of it's not going to be as streamlined. So I don't think it actually changes that much. It's just your deck is going to be a little bit more good cards more than likely, unless they really put effort into making the rares kind of function together, which would be difficult, but I don't know. It's just a slightly different tweak, but I don't think it's that big of a jump.
While we're doing news real quick, Lexi living legend. So that sucks.
This is flesh and blood news for folks who aren't following that.
This is and this
do you
has
mean
been a
everyone
commercial
here
presented
plays
by
Legend?
Legend Story Studios.
I was tired about hearing Magic the Gathering.
Back to the program. Let's talk about a game that makes me excited. Let's talk about Star Wars Unlimited
Uno.
news.
Come on.
Uno. Yeah,
No,
let's
I'm
talk
just
about this week in Uno rules updates.
Gosh, that's funny.
So all right. So we had some. We're not going to get into spoilers. We're kind of reserving those for separate videos. So if you're a fan of the game, but we cover news that might be interesting to people of different game systems. And there was some news that came out of this weekend. FFG went to TwitchCon to basically hop on the stream of somebody else, and they were demoing the game. They were teaching different streamers how to play the game, and they were also spoiling cards, and some different information came out of that, including something that might be interesting to, or not might be, it has been interesting to people of multiple games. I've seen posts by Keyforge content creators and Lorcana content creators about what FFG is doing. Mike, take it away.
Me, I don't even have it pulled up, but I think from memory I can figure it out. So,
Yeah,
so
you
it's like a content creator sort of program where FFG will work directly with you in various ways and various tiers, and all the way from
Oh God.
what do you got going on? over there?
Thanks for that audio.
I was trying to
You're
pull
trying to
up
pull it
the
up?
picture, and I freaking had Zach on our podcast.
Zach
Oh.
Armstrong.
Oh no!
Cringe.
Do you have it pulled up? You want to read them off?
No, I'm
The
trying to
three
pull
tiers?
it up now. Sorry.
Okay.
Give me
Well,
2 seconds.
there's 3 tiers. And
Yeah.
just in jet, like the tiers don't matter. The important part is that FFG is making a big effort to work directly with content creators, which they've not done very well in the past, and it is very exciting that they are doing that now.
Yeah. And it's weird that this just kind of showed up out of nowhere. Like some Spanish Twitter account posted it. I guess
It was probably
I don't
somebody who like tweeted
Well-
about it because they took a picture of it at TwitchCon or something like that. And
Yeah.
just
It was
posted
at TwitchCon.
Because
Okay.
they said, like, hey, they introduced FFG, like, hey, they're going to talk about their content creator program, like going into this video. And I had to miss parts of a video, so I don't know if they mentioned it on the actual live stream, but they definitely plan to talk about it at TwitchCon. So
Okay. So basically, you scan this QR code and it takes you to a sheet that you fill out that lets you apply for this program.
Yeah.
Tier 1 is direct communication with new information. It boosts and shares on social channels. Basically, like when you do something Star Wars Unlimited, they may share it or retweet it, etc.
Mhm.
Tier 2 is where you start getting exclusive preview cards for sets, which is sweet. You get exclusive access to digital assets, probably high-res images of the cards, hopefully animations and
cool.
other things like that would be sweet. Early access to upcoming news. I'm guessing
This is
something
smart.
that they might NDA us or give us what's the term for like a date that you can drop information.
Yeah, like an embargo.
For certain types of information that everyone might drop a video for at the same time.
Yeah.
We'll see.
They do that in Marvel Snap, and there's a couple creators who get early access to that info. And like when an article gets published about that new information, videos also go up at the same time. So it's just like
Nice.
disseminate the news in the same way across all the channels that your audience sort of like pays attention to. So makes a lot of sense.
I'm guessing that might be like patches, like erratas, bans,
Maybe.
suspended, or something like that. We'll see. Exclusive FFG Twitch emotes.
That's interesting.
So I guess they'll give us. I guess that's kind of under digital assets, almost, isn't it? If they give us emotes that we could put, I mean, even in Discord and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We'll see.
I wonder if it specifically says Twitch emotes because this was circulated at TwitchCon.
Yeah.
Good shot at that.
yeah.
And special meetups at convention level events.
Nice.
So that'll probably
That'll be
be
fun.
like being able to play demos of new sets or something like that, to record videos.
Maybe they'll have
something.
like press rooms or something like that.
Yeah,
Dude, it's just a
specific
pizza
room.
party, man. Come on.
Might be pizza party, of which
I'm fine
not
with.
eating.
I would love to get invited to that pizza party. That'd be so
Yeah.
sick.
That's tier 2. Tier 3 now.
Tier 3 is the pizza party.
If
You get pineapple on your pizza.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's tier 0.
Wow. All right,
Um,
we need to do a tier list for YouTube about pizza types.
Pizza
Here we go.
toppings. Yeah.
All right, tier 3. Everything from the previous tiers plus VIP status. You are in
Ooh.
VIP if
Wow.
you get there. I mean, what do you got to do to get tier 3
You have to
Yeah,
trade in
I
your
don't know.
top 8
Do
Destiny
we
medal.
get drink tickets? Do we get drink tickets or anything? Access to designer interviews and gameplay, and official merch drops.
That's interesting.
Merch.
I wonder what kind
we
of
are the
merch,
hat podcast.
yeah, that's
so we
right.
need
Hopefully there's
we
hats.
need some,
We need some hats.
official hats. That's all.
Hopefully
We need a
dad hats because
Mandalorian
that's kind of all I can
helmet
wear.
to rock on podcast.
So, what do y'all think about this? What do you think this is good? Do you think this is trash? Do you think other companies need to follow suit?
This is fantastic. Like
Yeah.
this is what I feel like content creators have been asking for like years. It's
Yeah.
like formalize the relationship
Mhm.
and treat content creators like they're an arm of your marketing, which they are.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think
Yeah,
I
it
agree.
just seems like a win all around.
As long as they're able to keep up with it, truly. As long as this isn't like a, hey, this is great in theory, but
Sure.
really hard to practically keep up with, especially if they get lots of people who maybe just dip their toes in Star Wars Unlimited but don't really keep up with it. Like, I don't know how they really monitor who's actively promoting the game or not.
I have a response to that.
Yeah, go ahead.
In Xander, I trust.
Speaking of Xander, we're gonna have a chat with him in a couple weeks and put a video up on the channel. So keep your eye out for that.
Yep. So Xander is the director of communications. I feel like he's the glue. That's
I think he's the community.
Or no, yeah, you're right. Sorry, maybe I got his
or something. Basically, like, I don't know exactly what the title is, but it's his job to coordinate content creators, basically.
Community.
As far as I know, we'll find out more.
Community communication. It's the same root word. So
it's like amber and amethyst, right?
Yeah, no, I fully trust, because I think, like, from what I can tell, they listen to like all the podcasts, all the videos. I mean, even if they're not like super focused on it, they at least like pay attention enough that they can tell you stuff about everyone's content. So I think they'll probably, and they have specific person hired for this that does this 8 hours a day, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I think so far, at least in our experience too, is that they're doing this to the full extent. So
yeah. One more thing to be excited about with the new FFG.
Yeah, exactly. One more thing to put on the list of things that they are doing right now.
Yep.
Is this a turnaround will this be the biggest comeback in board game industry?
It's
I was gonna say not Ted Lasso,
but
believe.
Yeah, they have that up in their offices for sure.
Oh, that's good.
What else?
Right.
They just announced the new Marvel Champions expansion, Age of Apocalypse.
Nice.
Yep. What else? Star Wars Unlimited, though. There was another something we need to talk about, wasn't there? Or is that?
Well, we got the stream this week is about organized play.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so,
yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
That from the day we're recording, that's in 2 days. So we'll see if this is out before.
Oh yeah, I meant to ask, where's the commentator tier on here? Yeah, so I
that's
can
VIP,
go ahead
man.
And apply for that.
Jay commentate.
That's the VIP club.
Xander, where's the commentator tier?
Oh my god,
Hit me up.
incredible.
Yeah. I don't think there's any more news outside of that. I know stores could. Well, it was advertised that stores would pre-order in October, and then October 16th, and a bunch of stores didn't have any information, and then they said, "Oh no, that's coming in November." So that was a little bit of a. Everyone was trying to pre-order, and some stores were able to, and some weren't. I don't understand all that. This is okay. I'm gonna get on a soapbox for a second.
Here we go.
So I just lean in, everybody. I see this. I saw this with Lorcana, and I'm seeing it with Star Wars Unlimited. And I think we just need to have a little quick chat. This could be a whole episode, and I think maybe we should.
And but we're starting at the 57 mark.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
this will not be a long soapbox.
You're
okay,
really teeing this up. I'm dying to know what this.
Okay,
this is.
When I've seen so many people say, I made a call to the local game store. They're not going to support Star Wars Unlimited, so I'm either trying to get it digital, or I'm looking for another store, or I'm not doing this game. There's going to be no community. There's going to be nothing. It's like one phone call to one employee that could be an entry level position, not the owner or whatever. And there's just this hopelessness that oh, they got this. And my response is, well, one, anecdotally, I did the same thing. I called local stores about Lorcana back in February, March of this year. And multiple stores were like, no, we're not carrying that. We're not going to do OP. If you really want to pre-order it, we can look in and I was like, there were times I'm like, okay, you're just being silly. And I'm just going to go to this other store because I know they realize what a gold mine this is going to be. And then sure enough, that store not only changed their minds and got into the game, but they're trying to host a weekly league, and they're promoting tournaments and all this stuff.
I promise you, no store is going to pass up the opportunity to make money.
Yes.
Any store that says they're not going to host this, they're going to have product on day one.
Yeah.
They just are. Like, that's how distribution works with game stores. They're going to buy what comes out. Even if they have no intentions of hosting events for it, they're going to buy it and see how it sells. They're not going to pass out making money.
And already there's one, you guys have heard of them, but a store in Chicago, MinMax Games, big in the Flesh and Blood world, right? Said initially, people reached out, no, we're not doing that. We're not going to have any Star Wars Unlimited here. Yeah, and 2 days ago, someone posted, "Hey, MinMax Games is going to be supporting Star Wars Unlimited."
100%.
And like, it's, again, we're 5 months from release. So all I'm saying is, like, game store owners, they have to balance a lot of games. Like, understand, like, they don't follow the hype cycle as much as we do. But the more that people are talking about this game, the more likely, as Jay said, they're going to want to make money. They're going to support it. So don't make one phone call and just, like, give up. Like, talk to your community, talk to the people around you. If you've got some people who are interested in this game, if everyone's dropping a message or a call or an email or whatever, eventually they're going to be like, oh, ear to the ground, there's some chatter about this, we should pay attention. And it's I just, the hopelessness has been, like, getting to me recently. And I'm like, don't give up hope after one contact. Like,
there's 5 months until the game comes out.
Yeah.
And it's like CCG after CCG has dropped, sold out, sold for tons of money. I mean, One Piece, Flesh and Blood, Lorcana. It's Star Wars. And it's a CCG with high collectability. It's going to sell out. It's going to sell for a bunch of money. And game stores are going to see that. They're going to buy this. They're going to have it in their store. Like, it's any store that says they're not going to have this and they make their money off of Magic or Pokemon, and it's not just a board game store, they're just lying. I mean, ridiculous. Yeah.
That's the end of my soapbox. I'm done. See, that was 3 minutes.
I feel like you could record a whole video of, like, how to convince your stores to carry the games that you love.
For sure.
2023 beginner's guide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You won't believe number 10.
That's good. Okay, we're at the hour mark, guys. I did throw out in Discord for community questions, and because I didn't think we'd hit an hour of content. There's no way we're going to be able to answer all these, so we kind of need to choose, like, one.
We'll choose a few of them.
All right, Jay,
or do a whole community question.
Since we just stopped talking about Lorcana or Star Wars Unlimited, we'll start with that.
Okay.
Let's see. What was someone asked how much we planned on purchasing for Star Wars Unlimited. Like, if you could pre-order, guarantee how much you're going to get.
Let's credit the people in our Discord for following. Inception asked our planned purchase level for Swoop.
Yeah, I thought that one was an interesting one. Coming in from Inception, garbage rollers, right?
Yep. I just thought you called a garbage person, like the garbage person in our
trash.
It's his content channel.
Can't sell shoes. Locker room cancer. If you could pre-order exactly how much you'll get on day one, how much would you pre-order right now? Jim, you go first.
I'm normally like a 2-box kind of person. Like, I just want all. Yeah, I'm like.
Oh yeah, okay, not case. Sorry, box. Yeah.
Give me all the commons and uncommons. A decent set of rares. I like having the product in hand. So for me, that gets enough of the product. I don't feel like I'm like, oh no, I didn't get the chase rare, therefore it was such a waste of money. For me, that's the sweet spot of, like, give me all the basic stuff and then I'll go get the singles for everything else.
Okay, 2 boxes. David, how much are you planning on getting?
I'm
Hopefully
between
our
2 or
wives
3.
don't listen to this podcast.
Seriously.
The great thing is it's my birthday this Saturday, so family have been asking me, like, what I want. I was like, I want gift cards to the local game store to get something in March, and they're like, in March? Nice. I'm like, just trust me.
Yeah,
like, just
do it.
Trust.
So I think I'm gonna actually be okay. But so I'm between 2 or 3, and the reason being I want to see how many boxes. Yeah, I'm never a case guy, never.
So in this game, a case is 6 boxes, which is more than
most games.
Yeah.
So two or 3 with the hope that I'll be able to draft and do sealed and all of that, like a lot, to fill out the things that I need. If it's like, oh, there aren't that many drafts, or sealed things happening, which I don't think will be the case, then I might do 3, but I'm okay picking up singles after that.
So how many boxes did you say? Sorry.
2 to 3, depending
2 to 3.
on
All right, so
the local.
Jim's the
support.
lowest at 2. You said 2 to 3. I'll go next because I
You
know
already know.
I'm going in a specific order. I will probably pick up a case. 6 boxes is probably what I'll pick up. I'm considering getting 2 cases and holding on to one because if it sells out and the cases go for a ton of money, then I could just turn around and sell it for however much. But I really want a good chance. I've opened almost 5 boxes worth of cards for Lorcana and haven't gotten a single enchanted.
I'm in that boat too.
I really want I want a good chance of being able to open.
I've got one to sell you if you're interested.
Dang showcase cards. So I'm gonna get at least a case, maybe 2 cases if I want to try to make some money if the game sells out. That's what I'll get. What about you, Mike?
I like it.
How many
I'll probably just get a
semi-trucks?
couple booster packs.
Yeah, just 2 packs.
Yeah, two packs. No, I'll probably. So, I mean, I also really want to open a showcase. I haven't similarly not opened anything good in Lorcana. And most games that I play, I'm pretty bad at opening booster packs. But the fact that you can like that these are meant for draft means that I want to have these around for like a while and be able to just like get friends together and be like, hey, I got this box. Like, you want to like draft this on just like a random weekend. So it heavily depends on like how much product gets printed, because I also don't want to like ruin the local community by just like buying up all of the stock.
All of that aside, like,
okay, all that
everyone
aside,
can get as much product as they want.
I'm like, I don't know, 3 to 5 cases ish. Because I'll keep one sealed forever probably, and then I'm planning on doing a ton of drafting. Like, it's draft is my favorite way to play card games, and especially with friends. Like, I don't want to have exactly. Like, I don't want to have to like either meet up at a game store and buy packs there, or worry about other people having to buy packs so that we can play. I just want to have it around and just like be able to do it. So while I may buy that many cases, I'm not going to open it all at once. But I guarantee you I will be opening boxes until I pull a showcase at the very least.
You know what? You made a great point. You said you don't want to hurt the local community by like buying everything. So this is for those who are like new to these games, something that is really helpful. And someone kind of posted a message at one point from distributors, but by telling your stores you want to pre-order,
I just caught a mosquito.
Oh, you're
on video. You can see it fall out of my hand.
That's good. I killed a spider on while playing TTS against Mike last week too. It was like right over here, but you couldn't see it. It was off camera.
I didn't mean to.
I'm picturing you like losing your TTS game, flipping the table, and be like, "Oh, sorry, I was killing a spider. My bad."
Well, I'm only upset that you didn't pull out a pair of chopsticks and do it with those instead.
That's the most Florida thing that's ever happened on this show, by the way. Florida man kills mosquito live on TV. Okay, pre-ordering. So by pre-ordering, you're telling the store, this is what I want. And the store is telling the distributor, this is how much we want, which is telling FFG, this is how much product. So if we're worried about print issues like Lorcana has had, which is still an issue, this is one of the best ways that we can help is by pre-ordering and saying, this is what we want, so that all that communication and data is getting collected already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My local store didn't let me pre-order yet, but I did tell them that I want like as many cases,
5
as
cases,
you can get me, basically.
And then they said, "Sorry, what'd you say?"
5 cases.
My local store likes me a lot.
I bet they've got your picture on the wall. Like,
everybody stands up and claps when you walk in every time. Just like the local legend, Mike.
Like in a sub shop, you'd have a sandwich named after you by now. You know, like
get your own parking spot.
I wish, because parking's not great.
You should ask next time. Like, so how much money do I have to spend here before?
Yeah, does 5 cases get me a parking spot? Because we'll go with that.
That's fun.
Okay, what do we do? Are we doing another question, or are we calling it?
Mike, we got time for one more.
Let's do one more question.
Okay.
Let's do it. I like Tron Dragon's question. Where's the best place to get an acai bowl? Tron Dragon, the best place to get an acai bowl is in Burbank. It is called Acai Jungle Bowls, and it is by far the best acai bowl I've ever had.
Okay, so we're gonna have to have a discussion here because the best place to get an acai bowl is Bahia Bowl, which is probably one of the best places.
I haven't tried that yet, so
you gotta try it.
I'll have to.
They're good.
I'll have to make my way to Florida somehow.
They even give you the option of putting protein powder in it, which is what I do.
Nectar Juice Bar opened up down the street from me. It's been walkable distance with acai bowls, so that's been
walkable.
Great.
Acai bowls is like a goal.
Yeah.
I mean, when I tell you I'm going to Taco Bell after this, so sorry.
I had Taco Bell for lunch, Jim.
Yeah, you did. Come on.
I had a packet of tuna, and that's it. For those that don't know,
this is why
I'm on a weight loss journey.
This is why we record. We can't go over an hour. This is what happens.
I mean, I'm being honest. But you know those little packets that you...
Yeah, that's gross. That's so gross.
Packet of tuna has 70 calories in it, has as much protein as 2 eggs. And I don't get carbs because I don't put bread. Easy. This morning, though, I did have... what do they call it? Kodak. Have you ever heard of Kodak brand? They make pancakes and waffles and stuff that are protein packed, and they use whole wheat instead of like regular flour. So I made some whole wheat Kodak protein packed pancakes with sugar free syrup this morning.
Look at you go.
It's actually really good.
There you go.
All right,
so good.
Nutritional facts of the podcast.
There it is.
And I'm drinking my pre-workout right now because I'm about to go work out.
All right. Is that it?
That's it. That was the last question.
That was the question.
That was the last question. Yes.
We got like 20 questions. We got to answer one.
Yeah, we either have to do a separate.
Next week.
Yeah, do them next time because they're all pretty timeless questions. We'll hit that, or Jim will do a solo community questions episode for you too.
Yeah, Jim, let's go. I want a solo Jim video for the whole world for the YouTube channel.
We have to acknowledge he's a professional.
We'll do a Christmas special Jim solo video.
Please,
that'd be perfect.
Please.
I won't tell you guys what content it'll be on.
Hey, Mr. Christmas Movies, do your tier list of Christmas movies for our YouTube channel.
But I don't know if I can take that much heat. The comments are about to get like crazy for that.
What's at the top?
Die Hard, for sure.
It has to be Die Hard. What's at the top? Yeah.
Die Hard is on the list, but it is nowhere close to the top.
Okay,
and that's the teaser I'm going to leave it with. That's it. That's all I'm giving. It's fine.
Now, I know my number one for Christmas movies. It would definitely be Christmas Vacation.
That's a great movie.
It's a classic.
Classic.
All right, guys, let's get out of here. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Make sure you hop in the Discord.
We gotta do a Halloween
see you in the next one.
Halloween. I just finished Fall of the House of Usher.
Bye.
Bye.